Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very important program. The idea of such a video came to me one morning, and within the hour I was script writing. So here we are. Here's everything you need to know and prepare for in order to pass your Sales Manager Initial Certification Assessment. Let's take a step backwards and just agree why the ICT concept was put into place. With a premium brand selling premium products, the integrity of the brand and quality of the products pretty much goes unquestioned. In the main today, they can pretty much sell themselves. Maybe. However, with product differentiation so tough now in the competitive sector, how can one differentiate? Much of the solution lies in the experience we give the customer. That word experience is massive because there are just so many elements within your business that are essential in developing the experience. But with the ICT, you don't just have a responsibility to your customers. I could argue that you have an even larger responsibility to your employer and as a result, to your team. So, the initial certification training focuses on the essential minimum skills and competencies required in order to get off the mark and hit the ground running. Your journey so far would have consisted of areas like your role as a sales manager and leadership, both essential early topics in the learning. Perhaps you're thinking back to your training right now. If you're unfortunate enough to have me as your trainer, you'll remember me putting you under some pressure when it comes to your role, your responsibilities and tasks as a sales manager. In terms of team management, you'd have spent time on working out, setting, communicating and monitoring targets. This is a really important area. Team management is critical today. With that, you'll have had some training on how to coach. If you search around this YouTube channel, you'll come across a video specific to this. Make sure you watch that video. It's called How to Coach. We would also have dedicated a part of your training to working with other departments like marketing and CRM. Working with CRM also leads us to a really hot topic, and that's sales funnel management. Again, I can remember some quite painful experiences going down line by line, examining in detail your leakage numbers. We had some fun. Anyway, that's a short tour of why and what. Let's now look closer at the assessment itself. Now, depending upon which market you're in, the duration may differ. My experience is between 1 and 1.5 day sessions. Even with the pandemic, where we run online, it's still around 1 or 1.5 days, so be prepared for that. The duration really does depend on the content and how some of the modules are delivered. Let's begin with the tests. There are 2 tests, one on the basic product and one on the sales process. It's there to make certain you have a minimum level of sales and product knowledge. As a manager, you need to. Then we come to the one-to-one interview. This is an informal conversation that lasts around half an hour to 45 minutes. This is really designed to probe your knowledge and experience that contributes as essential to your role, the business, and your service. For example, we may ask you for views on the following. Tell us the brand values and how you make certain that you deliver a service aligned to the brand you represent. How do you deliver a premium level of service? And you really need to give us a tangible example of how this service has been delivered. We may then move towards asking for examples of how you manage and develop your team. No session will be complete without sales funnel management. By the time your assessment comes around, you must be totally bulletproof when it comes to your numbers. You need to know and not have to refer to paper. My advice is to at least have year-to-date numbers in your mind, or at least the last 2 quarters, and a month-to-date status. You need to know the conversions, the impact on forward planning, and how you aim to plug the leaks. Let me tell you now, we won't leave this topic. It's safer to know your numbers inside out and back to front. If you don't, it will be evident in this part of the discussion. It's a part of your role anyway, so get that into your routine now. Be prepared also for a question on how COVID has impacted your role and what impact digitalization has had on your business. There isn't a right answer as such for any of these questions. We need your insider view and how you see the business and the role. There is a right answer, of course, for the brand values. After the interview, you have a few role plays. One for certain is the coaching role play. You will be given a scenario and the goal is to deliver a coaching session as per what you've been taught. Follow a process, ask probing questions and listen to the answers. Above all, don't tell. Again, there's a video on this channel to help you. Watch that, deliver a structure in line with what you see in the video and perhaps add a flavour of your own character and personality. Let me say though, success takes practice, practice and more practice. Watching a video once is nowhere near enough. Another role play you might have is handling a tough customer. The goal here is to get a win-win for the client and the business. I won't give you the possible scenarios now. They all may differ and depend upon what the business is going through. What we're looking for is for you to listen, take steps to reassure your client that you will take personal responsibility for the issue, commit to keeping them fully informed on progress, apologise for any inconvenience caused, and importantly, take ownership. In some cases, you may wish to offer a gesture like the use of a courtesy car or offer them a dinner for the family by way of an apology if necessary. You have to make those decisions there and then. Finally, we come to the big daddy of the assessment. That's the case study. In my opinion, this really does count significantly towards your success. In my experience, miss the case study and the outcome doesn't bode well. The reality is that we're not really asking you to think about or consider anything out of your current role today. You'll receive a document of about 10 pages. It will contain a dealer scenario and a set of sales funnel numbers. For the dealer scenario, you'll be tasked to come up with a list of recommendations based upon the information supplied in the document. You need to read the document a few times perhaps. Once you have the background in your mind, note down the issues you've identified and prioritise them. You'll be asked to show your priority list. We may then ask you to elaborate on the top priorities. This means what's the issue, why is this a priority, as in what will happen if you didn't take action there and then. The specific tasks you'd perform in order to positively impact that concern and how you'd measure the success. There'll also be a set of sales funnel numbers in the document. You'll be asked to analyse the numbers and offer specific actions that need to be taken in order to improve the ratios and reduce leakage. Let me say up front, we will push you on the analysis and clarity as to why you've recommended specific actions. Sales funnel analysis is one of the core tasks or responsibilities you have, so be prepared. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You have the possible modules and what you need to do in order to succeed. It's really now down to you. It's not rocket science. You probably do all of this stuff every day. Go in with your eyes open and don't be nervous. If you weren't a good sales manager, you probably wouldn't still be with us, but you are with us because you're doing a good job. We're just going to go through the assessment to get the piece of paper that says you're good. You can then call yourself a certified sales manager. Good luck to you, and if you have any questions or need any help or advice, drop me a line. Thank you.